So this is the problem. So what we have, like, draw an ellipse given distance of focus from directrix is 65 mm and eccentricity is 3 by 4. So whether you're able to understand the question. So what you have been asked for. So we are going to construct an ellipse whose distance from the focus to the directrix is 65 mm and the eccentricity is 3 by 4. So the E value is given as, so I will try to draw it in my board. I'll try to look into that. Then I have an animation also, so we will see to that also. So we have your distance from focus to directrix. That is, your directrix always will be mentioned it as E, and your focus is mentioned as F. So E to F distance is 65 mm and E value is 3 by 4. So whether your E value is less than 1 or equal to 1 or it is greater than 1, sir?
It's less than 1.
So it is again going to contribute an ellipse. So that in some cases you will not be given with a ellipse and all. Draw a curve, that's all it will be given. Draw a curve given distance or something like that. So with the value for eccentricity, you are able to identify it is an ellipse or parabola or an hyperbola. It depends on the value for an eccentricity. So first thing for construction using eccentricity method. So what I am going to do is we are trying to, or like we are going to construct a directrix. First and foremost, we are trying to construct a directrix. Directrix is nothing but a fixed straight line. We are going to just construct a straight line. So the next step is we are going to construct a major axis of a ellipse. So this we know it as major axis of an ellipse. So this point it is E. So in general we know that for an ellipse this will be E and vertex will be coming somewhere here and focus will be coming somewhere here. So E, V and F. So this is the parameter we are going to follow. So try to incorporate the data which we have here. So EF is equal to 65 mm. So E is here. So can I locate the location for F here? Can I able to do that or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So we know that EF is 65 mm. So measure from E to F 65 mm and mark the point F. Now the next step is we are going to locate the point V. So we are going to locate the point V. So where to have the point V? You cannot have anywhere. It should be placed exactly at certain location. So where to have the point V? We have this ratio E is equal to 3 by 4. So as per definition we know that VF by VE. Okay. So your 3 parts should be shared with VF and 4 parts should be shared with VE. For example, EF is of length. For an example, I am telling EF is of length 70 mm. Then we will be having 10 mm each as 7 divisions, right? So right or wrong? For an example, EF I am taking as 70 mm and the E value is 3 by 4 means VF by VE. So VF is 3 parts and VE is 4 parts. So we have somewhere is V. So VF is 3 parts, 1, 2 and 3. So this is the point for V. You should not locate anywhere else. It should be exactly at this location. This is from your eccentricity ratio. For an ellipse, E will be less than 1. So VF will be always smaller when compared to VE. If your point is exactly at the middle of E and F, we are going to construct a parabola. It will be not an ellipse. And in the other case, when V is smaller to VF, we are going to construct an hyperbola. The procedure is same, but the location of the point V matters. So the point V should be exactly located using your eccentricity ratio. So for example, E is here is 3 by 4. So that means we have 7 parts. Out of the 7 parts, the first 3 parts will be used for VF and the next 4 parts will be used for VE. So what I'm trying to do is, so I'm going to divide this EF into 7 equal parts. How to divide this into 7 equal parts? This you could have seen in the last class and the previous classes as well. How to divide a line into several equal parts.
Yes, sir.
So what to do?
Um, we draw a line with an arbitrary angle from the point E, and
Okay.
we take arbitrary distance from E, which is less than less than EF,
Okay, no problem. Then
and then at the point of intersection and the same distance as E and the point, we take several distances which we need, like 7 arcs,
yes,
adjacent arcs,
yes, sir.
and then we at the last 7th arc we join the point F and the last arc,
Yes,
and we draw parallel lines lines parallel to the last point and F. Those adjacent points we draw the parallel lines, and we get the equal parts.
yes, sir. Thank you so much. That is exactly what I am going to do. So I'm going to do here. We have a directrix, we have a major axis, and we know E and F is 65 mm. So F can be located. And for location of V, we are going to use division. So E is equal to 3 by 4. So take 7 divisions. So if the value is approximately, if your value E is 5 by 8, what will be doing? So if the E value is 5 by 8, for an example, how many divisions you are going to take?
13.
Yes, 13 we are going to take. The first 5 will be for VF and the next 8 divisions will be for your VE. So it depends. You can go with the number of divisions, no problem. So for our case, we have 3 by 4, that is 7 divisions. So as mentioned earlier, we are trying to draw one line which is of an arbitrary angle. It is not necessary that it should be of certain angle. It can be of any angle. Next step, we are trying to take some arbitrary length. My suggestion will be try to take, if you are going to have 7 divisions, or each division should be of 10 mm. So arbitrary length, I'm going to take it as 10 mm, and I'm going to cut from point E. So from this point, I'm going to cut an arc with a radius of 10 mm. Then I'm going to go with another 10 mm, another 10 mm, another 10 mm. So I'm going to construct up to 7 parts. It is not of 7 points, it is 7 parts. So one part is this length. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and we are going to have 7 parts. Okay. Then the next step, as someone suggested, I'm not able to know his name. We are trying to join your last point to your focus. We are trying to join last point to the focus, and we will be trying to draw parallel lines from parallel lines to your corresponding last line and passing through the arbitrary line which you have drawn, construction line. Then we will be identifying 7 points exactly on the ETF. Okay. So as mentioned earlier, 3 parts will be for our case, E is equal to 3 by 4. So 3 parts from F will be your V. So this is the location for V 1, 2, and 3. We are not going to take points. We are going to take paths 1, 2, 3. Okay, after 3 parts, we are going to have the location for V. Sir, do you have any doubts up to this? If your point V is wrong, we are going to construct a different curve. It will be not an intended curve. Okay, so location of E, V, and F should be very careful. Okay, fine. So this is the first step. The location of E, V, and F should be in a very precise manner. If it is wrong, your entire curve will be wrong. Okay. So the next step, what I'm going to do is we are trying to draw a straight line that is perpendicular to V. We are trying to draw a straight line perpendicular to V. Then with V as center, VF as radius. Okay. So with V as center, VF as radius, we are trying to draw an arc to construct V dash. Okay. So with V as center, VF as radius, we are trying to draw an arc to meet V dash. Okay. This is the second step. Then we are going to join E, V dash and extend beyond. So I am going to draw a line from E to V dash and I am going to go beyond that also. Okay, so that is the next step. First your E, V and F location, then with V as center, VF as radius, you are going to draw an arc to meet at V dash. Then we are going to draw a line E, V dash and extend beyond. Okay, then I am going to construct lines, perpendicular lines to the major axis, and these lines should be starting from V. I'm going to draw here also, please bear with me. So this is your V and this is your F. So these are what we have. So try to draw lines that are parallel and equidistant. Okay, that means like try to have same distance for all these. And you can draw n number of lines. It is not necessary that it should be restricted to 5 lines or 10 lines. You can draw n number of lines. Okay. So once it is drawn, try to mark the points. Here it is 1. The point where it meets this inclined line EV dash, mark it as 1, 1 dash. Then again I'm going to draw 2, 3 and it goes on. Okay. So we are going to have 1, 1 dash. For example, so this is 1, 1 dash, 2, 2 dash, 3, 3 dash, and it goes on. No problem. Okay. So that we need to do. So I will repeat this again. We are going to mark E, V, and F. Then we are trying to draw an arc with radius of VF and with center as V to locate the point V dash. Then I'm going to extend E and V dash to the corresponding length. It can be of any length, no issues. Then I'm going to draw a perpendicular line to the major axis. These lines should be equal distance and you can have n number of lines. And mark the points 1 and 1 dash. 1 is the point where it cuts your major axis and 1 dash is the point where it cuts your E, V dash line. Okay. So, okay. So please be careful here. So next step is I'm going to take F as center. Always your F is center and measure 1, 1 dash and with measure from 1, 1 dash and with F try to cut an arc. Then second step, go for again F as center, 2, 2 dash as radius, try to cut one more arc. Okay, so this is my 2 and 2 dash. So this is 2 dash and this is 2. So 2 and 2 dash as the radius, F as center, cut to an arc. Similar to that, go for all the other things. Your arc should be on both the sides. So that is your above your major axis and below your major axis. So all the cases, F should be as center. For example, so if I'm going to take this as 5, and this is your 5 dash. Okay. So 5 dash as radius, F as center, cut an arc on this line exactly on 5 and 5 dash line. So you will be getting this point. So that way you are trying to construct for all the lines and join all those points, you will be able to achieve an ellipse. Okay, so this is the construction of an ellipse using eccentricity method. So whether it is clear?
Yes, sir.
I will be teaching this with the drawing board as well. So this is actually one idea how to draw this, but I will be teaching with what are the tools you are going to use, and I'll be drawing with the exactly instruments and on the drawing board. This eccentricity method is used for construction of both like ellipse, parabola and hyperbola. All the procedures are same. Only thing which varies is your location of V. If the V is exactly at the middle of E and F, it will be constructing a parabola. If the V is more aligned towards E, you will be constructing your hyperbola. Okay, so that please be aware. The procedure for construction of all these curves are same, and this is by eccentricity method. So I hope everything is clear now.